billion. So they got to keep almost $4.5 billion for being a thief. And this Warren Buffett, his firm defrauded the United States government of $300 million about a year ago. The piece with the SEC was done. They paid a $100 million fine and kept $200 million. Now, I think crime pays in America.
And by the way, when they get those billions, they leverage them through fractional reserve banking and derivatives. So a billion is more like 50 billion, right, Bob?
That's right.
We'll be back with some of your phone calls. Then we've got one of the founders of Federal Jack on. He got a visit from the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you'll love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans, made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space. And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough.
I knew too much.
I just knew too much.
And if we start to know too much, the fraud of the globalist will crumble into dust. Just like when sunlight at high noon hits the mythical vampire, they explode into flame. Knowledge is power. The people perish for lack of knowledge, and we are here bringing historical facts and knowledge. I want to take a few phone calls for Bob Chapman. from Justin, Nick, Bill, Wayne, Aaron. We'll get to everybody. But we also have coming on the broadcast Shane Justice here in 5-6 minutes, who goes by Popeye, one of the hardest working founders of Federal Jack. That's basically inspired by We Are Change, my work. And they're patriots. They confront Al Gore. They confront Republicans as well. They expose the fraud of man-made global warming. They've gotten the FBI visit. So we're going to be discussing that. And the FBI is asking if they know any terrorists. In Miami, an intimidation of the free press, just brazen COINTELPRO type activity. Bob Chapman is our guest right now. Also, we have an article at Infowars.com with the federal government, State Department, and others. It's official. Arab Spring subversion, U.S., funded by great researcher and writer Tony Cartalucci. This whole thing we told you months ago was staged, but now they're just admitting it. Unbelievable. Justin in Missouri, you're on the air with Bob Chapman. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? It's good to talk to you again.
Good. Welcome, sir. What's on your mind?
Well, I called with a question for Bob originally, but you drew me off, of course, and so I have other things to talk about. But the thing for Bob is, I was wondering how he feels about junior miners, particularly the silver sector, and where's he going?
What you have to look at here, and there's not being much talked about it, and that is the United States government is using hedge funds to naked short all of the gold and silver stocks. And just like that's part of what they're doing to gold and silver itself and other things. And that's why they haven't performed as well as they should. You'll see a very good quality company move up, and bang, it goes right back down again. And that's them doing that in behalf of the government, and that's what's going on.
Okay, my other point was, you were talking about getting involved. I just want to say that recently I started making a little series on YouTube called Alex Jones and the Truth Tellers, because I figured I need to start putting something out there too, because it's just getting to that point. Everybody needs to start.
Everybody needs to. Thank you, Justin. Your phone's breaking up. A few more calls, and we're going to get our guest and back to calls. Nick in Illinois, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Alex, this is Nick from Chicago. How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I have an idea that might work. It's kind of crazy, but I've heard Donald Trump wanted to run as an independent if he doesn't win the GOP. Now, if that's the case, if he doesn't win, I think Ron Paul and Jesse Ventura should reach out to him, and they all three should work together and put their egos aside and work together.
Well, here's the deal. I've been trying to study Trump now that he looks like he may actually, I may be wrong, he may actually run. Listening to him, I'm a pretty good judge, and I think he's considering it. He is against NAFTA and GATT, but he's also involved in that corruption in New York. I'm not saying he's corrupt. I'm saying he's involved in that corrupt cesspool. He's a donor to Chucky Schumer and others. I think a lot of this is Bloomberg's going to run probably. He's total anti-gun, bad news. And Trump could pull off conservative votes and then throw it over to Bloomberg. Let's ask a real expert on this. What's your take, Bob Chapman, on Donald Trump?
He has made his fortune in the belly of the beast. And when you're in that kind of a situation with the bankers, the Wall Street types, you're with them, you're in with them. I can't trust them. That's really the bottom line to me. I know what he said on issues, and we still don't know whether he's front-running for somebody else, as you pointed out, Bloomberg. I'd much rather see an independent ticket with Ron Paul and a warrior, which is Jesse. And so the facts aren't all in yet, number one. And number two, I'm frightened by his background.
Well, that's my gut. So I spent like an hour last night just doing more research. I'm going to try to do an hour every day now and so we can get a clearer research on him. I'm not really ready to completely give my view on him, but obviously you can't trust him just because of the pedigree. And we did just lose our guest. We're going to try to get him back on and go to Sean Justice, again known as Popeye on their YouTube channel and federaljack.com. We post a lot of their videos on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. They work with We Are Change. They've confronted Al Gore. The list just goes on. And we do have him now. Okay, great. We're going to go ahead and bring him up on air now. Then we'll go back to your calls. Sean Justice, again, early this morning when he was asleep, gets the FBI visit. They weren't forthcoming with their names. I talked to him this morning. I said, you got to call the FBI that's 3 miles away there in Miami. He called them. They wouldn't give him the names. He's filed a complaint saying, I need to know, were these FBI agents that came? But it's the standard procedure. They come and they say, do you know any terrorists? Is there any terrorists in your group? What about this guy? What about that guy? Don't tell anybody about this meeting. We just want to, because sometimes they can go talk to somebody, they get intimidated, and then they'll be like a minion of the FBI and then basically go in and start reporting on people. But Federal Jack is completely nonviolent media outlet that goes out and asks politicians real questions. And so breaking this down, Sean is still trying to learn their names because in the flustered moment, in the 10 minutes or so they were there, he didn't ask it. And I asked him what he said. It was a standard deal. Well, of course I don't know any terrorists. We wouldn't hurt a fly. We're just regular folks. My response would be, you're here to intimidate me, and you know full well we're a nonviolent organization. You know full well we're getting millions of YouTube views, and we're out asking politicians real questions, and you don't like that. And I want your card. I want your information right now, because this is... there have been congressional hearings on this decades ago about what you're doing right now. Who sent you here? Why were you sent here? The interrogation would have flipped around, but I'm not blaming people. This has got to happen to you once or twice before you know how to respond to it. He did a great job trying to go down there. He did a great job trying to talk to them later and find out who they are. Sean Justice, known as Popeye, and Bob Chapman's riding shotgun with us. He's been through all this before, so he can comment from his expertise. Break down, you're in Miami, what they said, what they did. You've got the floor. Describe what happened.
Well, first off, I'd like to thank you, Alex, for having me on the show. And pretty much I was asleep this morning because if anybody that knows me, it's not a secret. My wife is disabled, so I have a different sleep schedule, and I was up late taking care of her. And they kind of caught me off guard this morning. And they at first, like, they said, when I opened the door, they were like, do you mind if we come in? And he started to step in the door, and I put my hand up, and I said, yeah, I do mind. We'll do this outside. And then, I had the presence of mind to at least not let him in my house, in my apartment. So we went outside, and then I asked him, why are you here? What's the, can I help you? What's the reason for your visit? And they said, well, we'd like to ask you a few questions. I said, well, okay, go ahead. Ask me, and, if I'm going to answer, I'll answer, and I'll do as best as I can to answer the truth for you. What do you want to know? Because I have nothing to hide, I'm not affiliated with any radical group, so we're nonviolent, so I don't have anything to hide or anything to worry about. I was just a little caught off guard because I just woke up. I did, after I replayed the conversation in my head, after talking to you on the phone earlier, I did ask them for a card, and I asked them if I could have a card to contact them, because they said, well, if you know of any terrorist organizations or has any radical organization contacted you, and I kind of laughed at it, and I was like, no, I wasn't mean or rude to them, but I kind of acted like almost a little insulted towards it, and I was like, we don't know any terrorist organizations, and he goes, well, I know you've been active in your local city council meetings because we go and we educate them about fluoride, and I constantly go every time and educate them about 9/11.
Yeah, so the message is, we're here, you might be a terrorist because you don't like poison being put in your water. So the idea is people that go to city council meetings, they could be terrorists, which is basically what the Homeland Security documents say. If you make frequent references to the U.S. Constitution, they need to surveil you. So we have their training manuals going back at least 15 years. That's what's going on. And I just told the guys to try to pull up a YouTube video from Austin. I think the search term was Austin woman. FBI visits mother or woman for attending anti-war rally. And the FBI comes to her door, man and woman. They want to come in. She says no. It's all on YouTube. She videotaped it. And they say, well, we just want to know why you're protesting the war. I mean, it was very bizarre. But I mean, this is what they do now in America. But I just remembered that video. This is ongoing. And so you did a great job, because I know they caught you off guard. Please continue. So they say, well, we know you go to city council meetings, which is a big no-no in America. That's un-American. Please continue with what happened next.
They even made the comment to me of saying that, we know you